Hi, welcome back. I forgot what exactly was going on, but things were intense.
Oh, right. Apollo and Athena, I think, are getting chased.
Yeah.
Because Athena's kidney is gonna get stolen because she doesn't have her passport.
Something like that. The graphics might look a little different. It's because I was doing stuff with DQ to make it look a little bit better, but I don't know if I did that for this one as well. Well, if they look poor to you, then I will fix them, but I think they look fine.
Wait, if what looks poor?
The graphics.
Oh, they look fine on my end.
Those guys, sure, persistent. Yeah, they look better, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, they even wore me out, and that doesn't happen often.
Well, they after us anyway.
Ah, Apollo, it's the Royal Guards again.
Quick hide. You notice how,
there's
like...
a kidney around here.
You notice how all the guys in the Ace Attorney series are, like, really shitty at running and doing, like, physical activity, but all the girls are exceptional at it, except for Maya.
Yeah.
Pearly ran, like, 15 miles up and down to get to the courthouse. Athena just charges everywhere. Francisca, I'm pretty sure, does, like, marathons. Hey, where'd Ornette and his spider hair go?
Spidey hair? They're not talking about me, are they?
Is that a trick question? We know you're hiding somewhere around here! It's the warbad.
Apollo, that weird-looking bird over there. Did it just...
Yeah, it did. It's called a warbot, and, you know what? I'll tell you about it later when we're not being chased by masked men. Come out, wherever you are! Head over the Founder's Orb if you know what's good for you!
Wait, they're not after my... Yeah, oh, we're here, hi!
Figures they're after the orb.
I don't want to know what they'll do to us if we were captured.
Yeah, I think they're trying to trick you. They say they want the Founder's Orb, but we know what they really want.
If they grill us in those obnoxious, loud voices, I'd cave after the first hour and confess to whatever they wanted, truth or no.
Come out now, you foreign devils!
Devils.
This has gone on far enough. You must not keep your enemies waiting any longer!
I like how, because they don't have alternate visuals, it just looks like nobody in this town gives a shit that, like, these royal guards are looking for people. It's just like...
How much stuff has happened in, like, the past week and a half? They're over it. Like, they might have cared a little bit at the beginning, but at this point they're like, God, will someone just, like, assassinate everyone already? We gotta get out of here. There must be a safe place to hide somewhere. Oh, hi. I guess Athena doesn't care.
Apollo, we shouldn't be standing around talking like this. Who knows what they'll do to us if they catch us?
You're right. Let's find somewhere safe to hide, like not the middle of the road. Look, a manhole. That's right.
Say, son, do you remember my office?
Sure, I remember that messy, dimly lit room.
You know, the screen share is kind of lagging a little bit. If you could, like, lower the quality, that would actually be good.
I can. Alright. Oh, do I have to pause the game to do it?
That would be weird.
Here we go. Yeah, let's just go down to there. Better?
Yeah, I think so, but we'll see when it keeps going. I don't know if did I read all that?
Yes.
Okay. I think it might help you on this case. Do you remember how to get there?
Athena, I know where we can hide. Follow me.
Oh, where are we going?
Herg.
Wait, you're not seriously thinking about going down there? It smells like rotten eggs. Are those rats I hear?
We've got no choice. I can get us somewhere safe, but this is the only way in.
Ugh, it's going to take forever to get this stench out of my hair. You good? Just taking in the sight, I suppose. Maybe another interruption.
Alright, I return.
Welcome back.
You know, you think after doing this for like 11/12 years, people would like shut the door after they come down and interrupt me. But anyway. Looks like we lost them. That was close. Dirk's office. How long has it been since I last set foot in here? At least we're safe now, but... Why is Athena all huddled in the corner like that? Ah! That's! Hey, Jay, what the heck are you doing here? Garon's royal guards are after us. Once a rebel, always a rebel. You got passports, right? Don't worry, the regime doesn't know about this place, so you can relax now. Somehow they don't know about this place. Mm-hmm. Good, but since when am I part of the rebellion? I don't recall signing up.
Is that just Athena? Apollo!
Oh, hi, Phoenix. Mr. Wright, what are you doing down here? Sorry, I had to clear my throat. You didn't hear anything. We saw you two go into that manhole. Oh, that's why his voice changed. You narrowly escaped the guard's notice. It was like watching a pair of ostriches burying their heads in the sand. I guess that was a closer shave than I had thought. Anyway, you're safe and sound now, and that's what really counts. Oh, I also have some evidence for you. Thanks, Mr. Wright. Yay, a bunch of crap. So, what is this dubious hovel we found ourselves in anyway? It's the Defiant Dragon's safe house, also known as the former sub-body law offices. I see. Well, though it may just be a happenstance. Here I am, a chief prosecutor, hiding out in a rebel base. Once a law office. And yet it somehow still looks more organized than Phoenix's law office. Please don't report this place to the local police, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Let us all take a look around here while we're waiting for the heat to die down out there. Go on, Athena, stop moping over there and help me check this place out.
Please tell me there's a shower here.
There's a sink in the kitchen. And if you're lucky, maybe even some soap.
I'm sorry I even asked.
That's horrible.
I know.
Hey, look, a book. Reading Rainbow. This is Dirk's old law book. Look, there's
a mark on the cover. It looks like it was branded on with a hot iron.
Yeah, I think it was done in protest against the DCA. There's an entry on the DC Act right here. See?
Oh, so this is the infamous anti-lawyer law you guys are always talking about.
Yep.
Which part of this book talks about the kidney thing?
That wasn't added. That's always been there.
Oh. In the Constitution of the... Okay.
Yeah, the kidney Constitution.
I wonder what's in... It's named after it... Oh my god. I wonder what's in this file. Oh, it's, well, newspaper clippings.
It seems to be a collection of documents and information on Amar's assassination. So this is what Dirk was talking about. We already know most of the stuff here on top.
We already know most of the stuff here on
funny.
top. Let's see what else there is. Wow, where did he get all this? Anything important here?
What about
What
this?
about this? Apollo's roving musician father got caught up in this incident and lost his life. What? This is about your father, Apollo.
Looks like it. But I was never told much more than what's written here.
Really? How come?
Dirk always skated around the subject. Maybe thought I was still too young. Plus, I always thought of Dirk as my dad, so I never really brought it up.
Oh, I see. Still, I feel kind of sorry for your real dad.
My real dad? I was never really interested in learning about him. After seeing his picture, I can't help but feel a little curious. I wonder if Dads could tell me anything about him.
Apollo, this file looks like it might be useful, but there's so many pages I can't tell what's important.
We need someone to organize to help us. We need someone to help us organize all this, and I think I know just the person to ask. That's horrible. Yeah, I gotcha. It's all the spider web stats. Don't you ever clean this place? Not the webs. They have what you call a symbiotic relationship. They catch the bugs that get in here, and I don't clean them up. Literally, literally me. If I see a spider often, I just won't kill it, because I'm like, it's probably killing something I don't like, so thanks for being here. You know, that actually makes a lot of sense. That said, if the spider's getting that big, it might be time to consider killing it. I'm surprised to see so many appliances here. There's even a TV. Speaking of which, we gotta give the people out in Korea quite a shock. When the Plume Punisher War of Neo Twilight Realm was last on TV. I mean the show where actors play the parts of Dirk and Rafa? You hijacked that in the middle of the broadcast, right? Yep. All their writers do each week is try to ruin the Defiant Dragon's good name. So we decide him where it hurts. Down with the writers. God, I totally support the company.
I hate the Writers Guild of America.
That must have been real shocking, especially for all the kids who waited all week to see it. I mean, the show's main villain was actually hijacking the very show he's in. That would be a really cool,
You missed some stuff.
that would be a cool plot line for, like, a real TV show. Just have it be hijacked by, like, a live-action version of the villain. That's what's with the altar. So we pay our respects to the victims of the Defense Culpability Act. DC Act's a heinous law that puts innocent people to death. A law that's supposed to protect the people sends them to their graves instead. Talk about insane. There's a scary-looking knife sticking out of the Queen's picture. If anyone saw this, they think the Defiant Dragons were a violent group. Oh, that was actually me trying to kill a fly. I threw the knife at it and whiffed, and the thing ended up stuck right between her eyes. You mean this wasn't on purpose? How is it hanging from the dartboard in the first place?
It looks like it's thumbtacked on there a little.
So she put it on the dartboard and skewered her head, but then the knife. Okay.
Yeah. Who's the kid?
Who's that little twerp?
Wait a second, that's you, Apollo. I'd recognize those horns anywhere.
Is that really the only way anybody recognizes me?
You were so cute. And who's that fine-looking young man?
Don't worry, he shits himself. You don't want him. That's Nayuta back when he used to smile. Actually, that's fine. He orders Del Taco. You don't want to talk to... That's a lot worse.
Also, he's taken by Emma anyways, right?
Yeah, I guess
wow,
that's true.
His smile is absolutely angelic. What the fuck happened?
Sure brings back memories. That was taken the day we all went out fishing.
Oh, well, that makes sense that you'd smile that much, yeah.
Yeah.
What was Prosecutor Sunmati like when he was younger?
Kinda quiet, but passionate when it came to his convictions. When he finally made prosecutor, he was all fired up to change Korean for the better. Now he's nothing more than Garon's lackey. Seems like Dats has a lot to say about Nayuta. I'll ask him about his thoughts later.
Wait. Don't tell me we have to go back through the manhole to get out of here.
The only reason this safe house is still safe is because the front door's been boarded up.
Fine, then I'll just have to live here till the revolution begins.
What if I told you the rats come out at night?
Then we'll just have to start the revolution before sundown.
I bet the revolution never thought it'd get their new ally this way.
Dirk's jacket. You should try it on, Apollo. It might actually suit you.
Or really? There's also a spare eye patch here. Why not try that on too?
Sorry. Just picturing you and all that. It's just too funny.
They're just making fun of themselves from the last game. Ow, my pride. Sadmati Law Offices. That's a sign Dirk used to display out front. Hey, Dats. Heard that the office used to do quite a bit of business. But it did. Dirk was a famous lawyer with countless courtroom victories, after all. He was a dauntless dragon who turned trials upside down, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. His fame as a lawyer spread far and wide across Korean back in the day. I hope the day comes where you're going to proudly display this sign again. I think he'd have to retake the bar. He hasn't practiced law for like over 20 years.
Ew, is that a newt?
Come on, Athena. Can't you tell a gecko when you see one?
What's the difference?
Geckos like to live in houses, while newts prefer to live outside near the water. They're totally different creatures.
Well, how do you know this one wasn't caught outside near some water? It could very well be a gecko.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a newt.
Oh, so then you agree it's a newt, Apollo.
I fell right into a trap. You're both wrong. It's just a plain old lizard.
I think you got everything.
And that's
now.
everything. Yeah. That's audible. So, Dad, you guys are still using this office, I see. Yep, except now it's the official headquarters of the Divine Dragons. But as Dirk said, and I quote, "We must keep it for the day when Korean needs lawyers month more." Restoring the legal system to its rightful form through populated uprising. You can tell how much Dirk believes in his cause. Oh, and AJ, Dirk said something else that might interest you. He said he hopes you'll come back and take over this office someday. To take over me? Those were his words. May have been half joking, though. Dirk, guess what I heard from PW? AJ's become a lawyer.
Yeah, I've been meaning to tell you.
Must have been because of you, Dirk.
I'm not so sure about that. I imagine he's already forgotten about me.
What are you talking about? But I can't wait to follow your footsteps.
Nothing would make me happier. Maybe one day he'll return to Kurahine and take over this office. It's just a pipe dream, though.
Dirk really said all that. Dirk was never a hands-on kind of dad. Not a day went by he wasn't thinking of you. That much I'm sure of.
Doesn't get more paternal than that.
Dirk, I'm gonna think I really did spend my days trying to forget you. I'm looking forward to a nice long talk once you're free. Hey, Dats, wasn't Yuta once part of the Divine Dragons? Yep. Yuta was a rising star in the Resistance. He vowed to fight for the cause through the legal system. Said he'd become a prosecutor and give Inga and Gavran the smackdown they deserved. But now he's... yeah, puppet of the Gavran regime. Not only that, but now he's gone to prosecute his own dad. Doesn't add up.
I wonder what happened to him.
Well, me too. But if I had to guess, I'd say Gavran has some serious leverage over him. Leverage? Like what? Wish I knew. But it seems like Dirk knows. I tried to press him about it, but he wouldn't say. Come to think of it, Dirk did say. Yuta is suffering?
Yes, he knows the rightful state of Kuraine's legal system, but something forces him to bend to Gavran's will, and it's tearing him apart.
Probably threatening to close the Del Taco.
That would do it.
If that's the case. I bet Yuta doesn't really want to go through with Dirk's prosecution. Hey, Dad, it's about this file. Can you help me figure out which pages are the most relevant? Yep, sure can. I got the whole thing memorized. I was joking. I thought we'd hand it to, like, Edgeworth. Because he's a nerd. See, this page, definitely worth a look. Of course, it's 34.
Oh, that's right. Prosecutor Samadi was part of the royal family, wasn't he?
Yep, but he was expelled after that whole thing with Dirk happened. He must have gone through hell once he entered the legal world, though. Because of the sins of the father are visited upon by his children thing. Yep, in the eyes of the people, Dirk's not only a traitor to his kingdom, he's also the terrorist who assassinated the previous queen. So as his son, he's no doubt got the cold shoulder at every turn. That must have been really hard on him. Yeah, ties between father and son aren't something you could just break, even if you tried. No matter where he went, he was probably labeled the son of a criminal. Despite it all, he made a name for himself through blood, sweat, and tears. I mean, just look at him now. He's a star prosecutor working cases around the globe. He's become a hero. Pride and joy of Korean. Now that's the Nascour I know. Super smart and never willing to get in. Must have studied and fought like his life depended on him to get where he is today. Mark of the Dragon. That's a symbol of our group, the Divine Dragons. Dirk has the same mark tattooed on the palm of his hand, right? Yep. I've got one too. Really? Where? On my heart. No, you mean metaphorically. Like you're ready to die at any time for the cause or something like that. You got that right. Dead or alive, always be a Divine Dragon. Ah! What, do you know something about this? Nope! Just felt like shouting. Got me going for a sec. Ah! Ah!
It's really grating in a funny way.
I don't think there's anything else to give him.
There is something else to show, actually.
Know anything about this?
Ah! Ah!
Ah! No, this knife.
Ah!
Ah! A body has been discovered.
Allie just said that too, Ross.
Oh. I guess this. Hey, Dad, I wanted to ask you about this picture. That's a picture of your pops that Dirk found. He had a heck of a time tracking it down, so he searched all over for it. Why? Why would he go through all that trouble?
Dad, please tell us everything you know about Apollo's dad.
My father... Do you know what my biological father was like? Dirk once told me about him. He was a modern minstrel, walking the world and making music in his travels.
This file also has some information on your real dad. It says he died in the blaze at Queen Amara's residence 23 years ago.
I'm gonna throw a fit if Apollo and, like, Trucy don't figure out their siblings by the end of this case. If they're gonna make it, like, 30 hours long in and but of itself, like, at least finish that plotline off. Emily whistling in the corner. That's right, Dirk can invite him over. Dirk's the kind of guy who can become fast friends with just about anyone. See what your boss was like that too, AJ. They hit it off at the bar. The next thing you know, Dirk's asked him over to play some tunes. And then the place went up in flames. Yeah, Dirk had just stepped out for a sec when the fire broke out. Apollo, you were there too, but you were still just a baby. I remember hearing about that when I was little. Yeah, it was a crying shame. Pops just happened to take you along that day. So you were with him when the fire broke out. Dirk risked his life to save you. It's like Dirk's done nothing but save me all my life. All your Pop's stuff got burned up. Couldn't anything that could have helped us identify him. All we knew about him at first was his stage name, Jangly Justice or something like that. Dirk did everything he could to dig up what little we knew now. What about my mother? Do you know anything about her? Oh, I know she was traveling with your Pops. But that day, she was off doing something on her own. So then, she probably didn't even know my father had been with Dirk, huh?
But she must have been desperate to find you and your father once you'd gone missing. You think that if she found out who you were, she would have immediately told you.
No! Why? What would make her think that? No doubt! Queen's assassination threw the kingdom into chaos. Police are so overwhelmed, they would probably hardly have any help to her. It's like the same thing as Octavia. It's like Octavia's over here fighting against Ragu's emancipation or for it.
Yeah, yeah, against it.
Yeah. That would be a very different character.
Yeah.
That would be a very unsympathetic Octavia.
Mm-hmm.
We searched and searched till our legs gave out too, but we never found her. And with your father's stuff all burned up, we had 0 leads, not even a photo.
So that's how I became an orphan.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe your mom read about the details of the fire in the newspaper. Maybe she figured you died along with your pops.
Wow, I had no idea you'd been through all that, Apollo. You believe me? You believe in my son's innocence?
Who is old man?
This is self-explanatory.
That's not an old man.
Your poor son, imprisoned for a crime he didn't commit. Let's petition the government for his release and a declaration of innocence. Oh, thank you. I'm forever in your debit.
Okay. Huh? Who's that?
Hey there, Mrs. Emmy. Hard at work, I see.
Yes, I have my own battle that I must wage. After all, there are many who suffer under the DCA.
Mrs. Emmy, please don't forget about our case, too. I didn't realize there were other people in this room.
I won't. I will look into it as soon as I am able.
What's Mrs. Emmy doing here? Isn't she supposed to be arrested?
She's lending an ear to all those suffering under the regime's wrongful accusations. Lady whose husband's been imprisoned. Parents whose son's been falsely charged. She's helping all those types of people.
So she's trying to help the revolution along. In her own special way.
Yep, thanks to her, more and more folks are coming over to our side. All the people who've been unhappy with the regime have been waiting for this chance. They're starting to speak out in support of us.
The people are responding, and a grassroots movement's growing. Their extreme revolution may finally come true.
What should we do about the Founder's Orb?
Ditch it.
We'll probably run into the Royal Guards again the moment we leave this place.
Pitch it. Well, we can't stay here forever, so we'll have to think of something. I've got it. Why don't you hold on to it, Datch? You don't do anything stupid. Ever. It will never fall into the wrong hands with Dats on the case.
Imagine seeing Dats in Case 3 for the first time and thinking, this guy's gonna be, like, an important character.
Imagine looking at Dats in Case 3 and thinking, this is the guy who I'm going to trust the most to hold the most crucial piece of evidence.
You can count on me. I'll get it back to you in time for tomorrow's trial at the Hall of Justice. And I promise I won't go sleeping in any doghouses for no reason.
Why was he looking in the doghouse? That was still never explained.
What now, Apollo?
Well, we've got to handle what happened 23 years ago, I guess. Maybe we should pay Dirk a visit. There's something I want to show him.
Oh, before we go, Dats, can you hold on to my kidney?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Mrs. Emmy, put her on the table. We gotta cut her open.
I'll join you. I want to talk to him before tomorrow's trial. Maybe I should wait here, then. We'll attract undue attention if we go in too large of a group.
In Edgar's brain, his, like, inner monologue is like, I have to watch this fucking weirdo he gave the orb to.
I have to watch Phoenix Wright leave. I don't like it.
I hate to see him go, but I love to watch him leave.
Hello, Dirk.
Like a tiny knife.
Oh, Lloyd. It's me, your father, Dirk.
The wrong character.
Wrong spelling.
Hey there, son. Came to see your old man again.
Hey, Dirk. Guess they're done questioning you?
Yeah, you'd think Naida might have cut his old man a little slack, but no. He really laid into me. Seems they were really keen on recovering the Founder's Orb. When I wouldn't tell them where it was, he confiscated what few possessions I had left, except for my clothes and eye patch.
No, not my kidney. I mean, I'm a legal citizen here.
Wait, Dirk's not wearing his attorney badge. They even took that from him? Huh.
I mean, we've seen evidence that shit can be hidden inside an attorney's badge. As of AAI 2.
Hey, Dirk, look what I have and you don't. Haha.
I'm proud of you, son. You've really become a fine lawyer.
And a fine
Now,
show
let me
off.
just have that. It's mine
Well,
now.
At least it means I'm qualified to defend you. I think
The
the day
day would come where you'd come to my defense. I'm one lucky man. Now I can die in peace.
Oh, slow down. I'm gonna prove you innocent, so,
Just pull on your legs, son.
He always in the slammer. Dirk is Dirk. Dirk is dark.
He confiscated all my prized jailbreaking tools.
What'd you expect? I mean, no prosecutor in the right mind would let a prisoner keep stuff like that.
Did he take your attorney's badge, too?
Yeah, it cuts metal bars.
No. I thought it strange, but... just when it looked like he was going
Ow.
to take it from me, he changed his mind.
Yeah, looks like I got one too, son.
Eat shit.
It looks like a
looks
ring
like a
target
nipple.
from Pokemon. Yeah, it also looks like that. It looks like a ring target from Pokemon, kinda.
It's actually a cast mold of my own nipple, son. Indeed. I find it hard to understand. Sorry. Sorry. It's not really that funny.
It's kind of funny.
I find it hard to understand anything he does these days.
Oops.
Oh, you want to hear more?
Occurring is attorney's badge. You've worn it all these years, even all the lawyers are gone.
Yes, because the dragon's eye is the embodiment of my creed.
Oh, that's what it is. Do you think they ripped out his actual eyeball to make the badge?
That's gotta be it, yeah.
To show the world that a dragon never yields, huh? I guess he was a prosecutor. No, you see the badge right there in his other eye, so no, I guess not.
Yeah.
Hey, Dirk. How do you still wear your badge? You're not a lawyer anymore, are you?
This badge is my heart and soul, son. I'll never stop trying to realize my dream, not until my very last breath. A dragon never yields, right? Exactly. Haida, Apollo, I vow to restore Korian's legal system to its rightful state one day. I want to pass on to you a world where you can live free from the fear of tyranny.
He was always saying stuff like that to the two of us. Little did he know I'd grow up in a world where literally every other month I watch someone die right in front of me. Free from tyranny, huh? Maybe it is the reason. It's the reason why you didn't take Dirk's badge. Because you still remember those talks, too. I really hope that's what it is.
Son, would you keep my badge for me?
Are you sure? Can't take something so important to you.
That's exactly why I want you to hold on to it, Apollo. I'm placing my fate in your hands.
You need to take my Red Eyes Black Dragon. I need to re-earn it.
I'm thinking of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged bit where it's like, he's like, you need to look at my deck. And then you use the term monarch. Like,
wow.
Whoa, Dark Magician. Whoa, these cards are awesome. Yeah, Joey, your deck
deck
sucks.
sucks.
Let's get you a new one.
It's from the very first episode.
It's a really good joke.
It came out swinging.
A peekaboo. My attorney's badge. I feel like it was just yesterday I gave it to you.
Dad, are you
don't
losing your brain already?
You don't see those around here anymore.
It's not exactly something you can wear publicly, is it?
Yeah, it is technically indecency because, you know. And if you did, people would jeer and throw things at you. I've had tomatoes, cabbages, even eggs thrown at me.
That sounds awful, but at least they didn't throw rocks.
True. Plus, if you were good at catching things, you'd have the start of a good meal.
What?
It's true. An hour's walk can yield all you need for a nice big hot pot.
Dirk, I'm sorry I never knew how bad things were when you were raising us.
At least they didn't throw things at his kids, then.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's that for me, son.
No, I was just wondering if you know anything about it.
What? You came to visit me and you didn't even bring a present.
I'll take that as a no.
Careful with that. Don't go showing it around town. You'll be branded a rebel.
But I'm not a rebel.
Don't be ridiculous. You're a member of the Defiant Dragons simply by being my son.
I heard that.
No, you didn't. Or did you think that dragon tattoo on your rear end was just for show? What? You have a tattoo on your butt, Apollo? Let me see.
Yeah, classic story, Athena. That's what you want to see, huh?
Yeah.
Relax, Athena. He's just jerking her chains
I want to
again.
make sure. I prepared that myself. Use it well.
I'm surprised you were able to gather this much information. Can we flip to a page that isn't 34?
No, it wasn't easy. After all the evidence from the assassination was lost in the fire, and the newly installed Garan regime was in full control of the media. Every lead I tried to follow led to a dead end.
I just realized his hair is parted in such a way that it looks like he has an arrow.
It's pointing at my face, son, so you know where to look.
It's like pointing down at, like, the dot in the center of his head, which I forget what that's called. How am I supposed to solve this case?
You'll figure something out once tomorrow's trial's underway. After all, no one's looked into this assassination since my last trial.
I hope I can turn things around enough to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. What the heck is this?
That's the only remaining photo of your father. Take good care of it.
I will. Just surprised to see it again after all these years.
I had a tough time tracking it down and retrieving it. It was taken by some European tourists who just happened to be watching your father. I had one of my men go to Europe to look them up and ask whether we could have it.
You went through all that trouble?
I did. So don't go losing it or anything.
I said I'd take good care of it, didn't I?
That's the guy I killed. Inga Karkul Korain. He was an entirely insufferable, unlikable fellow, but I never thought he'd wind up dead until I was standing there killing him.
Why didn't you like him?
He was the most hawkish one in the Garan regime. He established the secret police to arrest us rebels without due process. Those they managed to capture were immediately executed. My compatriots in the Defiant Dragons came to call him the Executioner.
The Executioner. Pretty ironic considering how he ended up.
He's probably in hell now, being tormented by those he wrongfully put to death. Claims to be pro-life, dies anyway. Okay, we read that one.
No. Found this in the tomb. Look familiar?
Ah, that's...
Dirk.
Where did you find it?
Down between the monk statues and the tomb. Is it yours, Dirk?
Oh, it's something I bought.
Huh. Why is he suddenly acting all awkward?
I wonder when I lost it. Let's have it. It's very important to me.
Of course. I'll just make a note about it for future reference. Okay. Apollo, remember how Inca said he had something dear to Dirk? Why don't you ask about that? Oh, right, I'll give it a try. I thought that's what it was. Is it your painkiller shots? Ah, thanks!
The line was someone, not something. But it's also like a talk, not a present.
Yeah. What'd the minister mean when he said he had someone dear to you in the palm of his hand? Who's he talking about? You just seemed to know, but he wouldn't tell me anything.
Well, I have no idea, so...
Well, you obediently followed his every word after he said that. This is the Phoenix Wright face that says you don't own an air fryer. And you never want to get that from Phoenix Wright, right? It's like, of all people to be looking down on you, it's like Phoenix Wright. It's like, oh man, I feel like the scum of the earth.
Really makes you feel like you're Edgeworth in the bedroom.
So it seems to me the minister was in close proximity to someone you really care about.
Oh,
Someone you really care about. This isn't Ayuda? Wait, don't tell me. Is there a new lady in your life, Dirk?
what? No, don't be ridiculous, son. The love of my life was Amara, but she's gone now and there will never be another.
Is he in love with the sister? My bracelet, what does it mean? Dirk, have you really not met someone new? No armpit sweat. It's probably his fingies. How do you speed it up again? Oh, that's not it.
I don't know if you can
Oh,
in this
boy.
game.
I guess that's it. You seem uneasy, Dirk. Wait, don't tell me you're ashamed because she's much younger than you.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm just getting tense because of your intrusive questions. Anyone would react the same way.
I guess that's not it. Still, my bracelet reacted. Does his, like, nipples flex?
That's how I did the mold.
I felt like he'd have to keep it still.
No, I like pushed it real deep into the clay.
Okay. Maybe his hair wiggles.
Maybe his downvote turns into an upvote. Allie said, "Thanks for the gold, kind stranger."
Nice. Maybe he's blinking a bunch. He squints. Is it him looking away?
Gotcha.
No.
This is a good time for me to hydrate.
Hydration. Does he like start biting his lip?
Doesn't start biting his lip.
Does his hair start? Is this like a magical thing that someone realized? This is like dick start bulging?
No, it's not magical.
Okay. His hair doesn't start like doing the flex. Does his ear start wiggling?
No, it's not his hair or his ear.
That, I guess, because his hand stopped moving. No. A lot of these seem pretty natural.
I will say that the thing that it is does seem pretty natural. It's just that it only happens during
The lie.
Yeah.
Does his brow start furrowing?
Let me know if you want any hint or direction.
Does his nose start wiggling?
Mm-mm.
Does he only stop doing the hand thing when he says, "But she's gone now"?
It's not that.
Yeah, I don't think she's like secretly alive. That would be pretty fucky wucky.
I could say a 2-word hint that would, like, completely change your worldview.
His vagina?
You got it. Yeah.
What the fuck is that? What is that? What am I looking at?
I have no idea what that is.
That looks really unnatural, but I'm gonna say it.
I thought it was just that his arm moves. I didn't realize that there's a fucking magic rune.
Dirk, you can't fool me. You're practicing witchcraft. You tensed up when you said, "But she's gone now." And you unconsciously moved your arm, causing something to press up against your jacket.
Ah. How did you do that?
Oh, so that's it. You're hiding a woman's photo up your sleeve. You don't have to keep secrets like that from me, Dirk. You're an eligible bachelor now, but you'll introduce her to me at some point, right?
I keep telling you there's no other woman.
Fine, let's see it. What are you hiding up your sleeve?
It's just this. Satisfied?
Isn't that what I literally just handed you? But that's the pendant we found in Amara's tomb.
See? I wasn't trying to hide anything.
Then why'd he tense up? Dirk, let me take a look at that.
Ah.
Hey, what's this button for? Whoa! Okay, Athena, don't look.
What? I wanna see.
It's
It's a picture of Dirk and some lady, and she's really young looking too. Mon Dieu, are you into younger women, Dirk?
Dirk, you old dog, you. Got yourself a younger lover. This is Japanifornia, so I guess that's not weird.
Will you stop with this nonsense? This is Amara before she died. If you look closer, you'll see that I was younger too.
Hey, you're right.
Aw, that's no fun. It's just his dead wife. Oh, boring.
Wait a second.
Wait, that's not me.
Haven't we seen
that
this
was
woman
Athena still.
before?
Now that you mention it,
Why wasn't he responding when I was showing him the photo?
because he was trying to keep it a secret.
Ah, this guy. Unbelievable. The woman in this pendant's also the one in this photo.
Apollo, where did you get this? I wasn't looking when you showed it to me.
From the safe in Inga's room. I feel like there should have been a line where he looks at it, he does like an exclamation point, and he goes, yeah, I don't know what that is. And it's like pretty obvious that he knows, but he's just not saying anything.
Yeah, but then it wouldn't make sense that Apollo's bracelet didn't, like, pick it up.
This is Queen Amara. Had to have been taken away at least 23 years ago. But that's just not possible. Yeah, I just noticed the same thing. Here's why this photo couldn't be 23 years old.
She's really fucking pretty, by the way.
Oh yeah, she is. She's very beautiful. It's because Emma Sky has a time machine.
I use it to buy more luminol.
When it was cheaper. She just look older? Is that why?
No, she looks the same.
Oh, because we were saying that this baby was what's her name?
No, not necessarily.
Oh, is that the Defiant Dragons? Oh, that is the Defiant Dragons book. Take a look at the law book. Has the mark of the Defiant Dragons branded on it. That mark didn't exist until after you started your revolutionary activities, Dirk. So this photo must have been taken after Garan came into power. And that didn't happen until after Amara was assassinated. Wait a minute. Was Amara not assassinated and, like, her sister was assassinated and she blames Dirk for it? And then she, like, overtook her sister's name and started ruling as her. And that's why Nayuta is, like, following in line with her.
We'll have to find out.
So then how could Amara even be in this photo? Wait a second. That would mean that Amara is still alive?
Looks like you found me out, son.
Wait, so it's actually true? Dirk. What do you mean Amara's still alive? Thought she'd been assassinated.
So did I. But it seems she made it out alive only to be held captive by the Garan regime.
Why would they do that?
When I fled from the law and went underground 23 years ago, I heard some shocking news from a Defiant Dragon spy. There were rumors of Queen Amara being sighted in the palace.
And those rumors turned out to be true? Who the hell is that in the tomb? I have to assume that's her sister.
Yes, I snuck into the palace to see for myself. She was confined within the grounds, but otherwise she was as fit as a fiddle.
So then the sarcophagus in the tomb, it's empty?
Yes, that entire tomb is one big charade.
Okay.
Garan had it built to stage Amara's death. So we're not going to be cursed by her vengeful spirit? That's a relief.
You're still losing your kidney, though.
Forgot about that.
But that's okay. You won't go to, like, hell or anything. You'll just, like, go to heaven.
No, I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell.
You don't want to know what I did. Just
she was
last
being
week.
held under virtual house arrest. So I freed her and we made a run for it. This photo was taken back then.
Look at how they're both grinning from ear to ear. There's a fingerprint on the middle part. I guess Dirk must have left it by accident. Fingerprint, fingerprint. Someone say fingerprint?
Oh, Mr. Sanmati. I want to hear all about how you ran away with Queen Amara.
Okay. I'm surprised Amara agreed to run away with you. I mean, Garan must have told her you tried to kill her.
I tried to convince her that I wasn't the one who set the blaze.
She believed you?
She said, and I quote, "I shall accompany you so I may ascertain the truth myself." She always was a tough one to read. I bet she was thrilled you came to her rescue, Mr. Sanmati. To be set free by your beloved. It's like something out of a fairy tale.
I want someone save me from my kidney getting expunged.
Yeah, well, there was no happily ever after once Garon's people caught up with us. They took Amara away to who knows where. I snuck back into the palace and searched high and low for her, but to no avail. They probably moved her to some remote mountain prison or the like.
Dirk, does Nayuta know about this?
He knows she's his true mother, and I told him as much.
Wait, is that why Nayuta's following Garan's orders?
Most likely. So then, do you think that deep down he doesn't really want to prosecute you? Well, he's not one to show his feelings. And lately, I've had no idea what he's thinking.
Apollo. We need to grill the queen about Amara when we have the chance.
I was wondering about something. The little baby the lady's holding. Is that Prosecutor Sanmati?
Not necessarily. Could just as well be me. After all, we're only 1 year apart.
I don't know. I mean, the kid in the picture is too cute to be you.
Let's settle this by asking Dirk himself. Settle this out in the street, Athena.
Guess you gotta present it again.
Hey, Dirk. About the cute little kid in this photo. Is that me?
Huh? What are you talking about? See? I told you it was Prosecutor son Marty.
Hmm?
Oh, I see. Well, either way, it's not you, son.
So then, if it's Neuda, it was taken when he was about a year old, right? And that would mean you ran away with Amar around 22 or 23 years ago?
Hmm? You're pretty good with numbers, son. Impressive.
Huh. What kind of answer is that?
Before you go, son, there is something else I need to tell you. Something important.
Was it Dirk? Never seen you act so serious before. So what, there's something important you have to tell me.
Listen, son. Even if you manage to prove me innocent tomorrow, I don't have long to live.
Huh? What are you talking about?
What I mean is, I can already hear the Twilight Realm calling my name. There is no escaping death now that it has set its sights on me.
Huh?
I wish it was. I think you're muted.
Yeah, I did. I skipped the line. Is this another one of your jokes?
And I wish it was.
You can't fool me, Dirk. That's strange. Why isn't my bracelet reacting? Are you sick?
It's something like that.
So you're not joking.
I'm afraid not, son. Sorry.
Isn't there a cure? Or at least some sort of treatment?
Unfortunately not. Not for what I've got.
If you need some kind of surgery, work hard until you can pay for it. We'll give you Athena's kidney. She doesn't have long for it anyway.
What the fuck?
So please.
It's too late. There's nothing more to be done now.
But you always say a dragon never yields, so why are you giving up now?
Apollo, I'm sorry. I really am.
I don't understand. Why is this happening, Dirk? Why?
Listen, Apollo, I've got a favor to ask of you. Would you keep quiet about this? I don't want my fellow dragons to find out. They'd lose all hope if they knew I was dying. Would you do that for me?
Of course. Why is this happening now? Just when I was finally starting to feel like you really are my... Thought that this time we'd finally... But now... Damn it. Why?
Apollo. Listen, son. I don't have much longer to live. But I'll never let them execute me. Not before I finish what I need to do.
No, Dirk. There's no way I'm gonna let them prove you guilty. Before he goes, I'm gonna turn back time by righting the wrongs that have been done. I'm gonna restore Dirk's freedom. And return a real smile to Neuda's face. I'm gonna win this case, I just have to. Part 2 of, like, 5 of the case.
Son. I have one more big secret.
What? There's something else you've been hiding from me?
I'm afraid I can't tell you what it is. I'd be betraying a certain someone if I did.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Forgive me. You'll just have to find out for yourself.
Well, that's kind of teasing, Dad.
That's the only way. I could have just not mentioned it, but...
I don't understand, Dirk.
Apollo, in court tomorrow, you may find yourself faced with a truth that is difficult to accept. But I know you, and I know you can handle the truth, no matter what it turns out to be. I know that because I believe in you. You're my son, after all.
Dirk. What was he talking about? That's how she's like looking to the thing. It's like, what the hell is he talking about? Is he crazy?
I'm gonna lose my kidney.
I think he's actually dying. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's mine.
Wait, he's not going to reveal that he actually is the killer, is he? Looks like we've run out of things to discuss. Apollo, you okay? I'm fine. Free him now! Or release Dirk! What's going on out there?
Sounds like the party's getting started without me.
Huh?
It's coming from the temple. Let's go, Apollo, and take a look.
This trial's never getting started.
That's right, son. It's a time loop. This is the
endless
53rd
eight.
go-around.
It's
Temple.
the temple, yeah. This is like part 2 of like 5, right?
This is investigation day 2, part 3. We're actually pretty close to the start of the trial.
Okay. Oh, what is all this? Uh-oh, animated cutscene.
Let go, will ya?
Well, looks like we lost the idol already.
What are they? Huh? Well, look at that. The people are coming to take their courts back.
That voice. God damn it.
Don't hold back, man. Arrest them all.
That voice. Sojiro, hi. It's just Dad's beating the shit out of people. Great
Yeah.
cutscene.
Yeah.
Then you punch a police officer.
Dirk belongs to the people. Give him back.
Yeah, where you holding him?
Quiet
What?
down, girl.
Yeah, my
And the
big
sister, too. But she's doing wrong.
If these were American police, that child would be dead. As with the rest of the crowd. Ow, yeah, stop pulling my hair. Arrgh, stop that, no biting.
I like when I do an absurd enough rando voice that I hear Allie snort.
This is really something. Looks like Dats and Mrs. Inme are leading the charge.
You unenlightened fools. Do you honestly think this will change anything?
Newly, why do you keep serving that witch Quran?
It's... Hey, Nayuda. Just throw, like, a rock at him.
You again.
What's going on here?
It would appear that the insurgents are fanning the flames of rebellion. But I never thought it would grow so large. However, they will all be under arrest shortly. Reinforcements are almost here.
They'll be arrested just for protesting?
They
Also
are aiding
punching
and
police
abetting
officers,
the
I
criminal
think.
by seeking his release. Her Eminence, Queen Garan, has ordered they be arrested and judged en masse.
But weren't you once a member of the Defiant Dragons too? How can you go along with this?
I am simply following the orders that Her Eminence has handed down. Nobody in history has justified a bad decision by saying they were just following orders, right, Apollo?
No, it can't be as simple as that. Hey, listen, Nayuda, there's something I want to talk to you about. How are those people standing on the water with all those baby sharks in there?
They're not baby sharks, they're tiny sharks. They don't go do-do-do-do.
Yeah, but they're still little babies.
Mm.
Hey, you're not getting away this time. We need to talk.
I see there was no reasoning with you. Very well then, speak. Alright, goodbye, Apollo. Why is that badge before me?
Hey, remember how we used to talk about what we wanted to be back when we were kids? I wanted to be a lawyer and you a prosecutor. And you say you wanted to prosecute bad guys and made sure they got punished. What happened to you? God, you went so wrong in your life. It's like, Listen.
Yes, passing judgment upon evil, that is my calling, and it is why I have taken this case.
You're saying Dirk's evil?
He who goes against what is righteous and holy, I shall reap his soul with all my power, whoever he may be, for that is my role.
I'll just have to defend his soul with all my power, Nayuda. Hey, you know her dad's dying? Hey, do you really have to serve as prosecutor on Dirk's case? I mean, prosecuting your own flesh and blood, it's just not right.
Again with this drivel. Your ethical standards are not the be-all, end-all of the world around you.
I'm not getting into another debate with him. Hey, did you know that Dirk is sick?
What?
He probably doesn't have that much longer to live. If found guilty, he probably won't even make it until his execution day.
What are you talking about?
Knowing this, are you still prepared to send an already dying man to his grave? Well? Enough of the Zen monk act, Nayuda. Tell me how you really feel.
Mr. Justice, each person is born with a role to fulfill, and I must fulfill mine.
Well, I'm not convinced that taking Dirk to trial is a part of your lot in life. As for why you've been at Garan every single As for why you've been at Garon's every beck and call, I think I may have the answer. Nady, you know the truth about your mother, don't you? About how the former queen is still alive and being held somewhere.
So Dirk told you, did he? Yes, it's true. My mother was spirited away to some remote corner of this kingdom, to keep her safe from harm.
Safe from harm? But Dirk said that Garon's regime is holding her captive.
No, they are keeping her safe.
So you don't know where Amara is being held?
I only know that it is some secluded hideaway where visitors are not allowed. I have heard she leads a simple life akin to that of monastic disciples.
Sure sounds like she's being held captive to me. Listen, Nayuda. Aren't you really doing the queen's bidding because she's holding Amara captive? And this whole thing with Dirk. You know he really didn't kill Inga, don't you? Dirk doesn't have much longer to live, so I want to help him however I can. This time, it's our turn.
You could have been killed, but you risked your life to save us. Why? What a silly question. What father wouldn't risk his life to save his own children? Ida, Apollo, don't you ever hesitate to call when you need me. Understand?
It's our turn to help Dirk however we can. Stoic silence.
No. What you speak of is futile.
Yeah.
Let it go and move on. The guilty verdict, the hopelessness. You must resign yourself to it all. Clinging to false hope now will only serve to magnify your future despair.
Despair?
So let it go and move on.
Me finishing a Danganronpa game.
Yeah.
It's very good advice. Don't let that shit cling. Clean your toilet. Nita, are you really just gonna roll over on this? Bow wow.
I've no more time for idle chatter. I must prepare for tomorrow's trial. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Athena, I'm in position! He's like, good, now push! She just runs up and shoves him.
Did I hear Athena? Guards, get her kidney!
Apollo is just like on the ground behind him in like log form. Athena just runs up and pushes him and he falls in the water. And all the sharks eat him.
Wow, Apollo, I didn't think you'd kill him. Well... Apollo, I sensed a whirlpool of emotions coming from within Prosecutor Sanmati just now, as well as a whirlpool in the tiny shark pool. Anger, shock, bewilderment, and an icy sorrow as deep and dark as an abyss.
Athena, what the fuck are you talking about?
Your brother's fucked in the head, man.
Yeah, I picked up on that too. He eats at Del Taco, for Christ's sake. It's like Dirk really won't be the only one who needs my help tomorrow.
Maybe he has a brain parasite.
I think it's about time to pay Queen Garant another visit. Maybe he's the one who only has like a day or two left to live if he keeps eating that shit. Ask her about her sister Amara. I love this disease that allows him to be perfectly fit and fine to like do a bunch of athletic shit, but then suddenly just one day it's gonna like completely sap all of his abilities.
Yeah,
I guess that shit
it's
does
really...
kind of exist. You can get like
I don't know.
brain
That
hemorrhages.
is a good point.
You can get your brain can literally like fucking just.
Still, it's not common.
It's more common than you think, but it's not super common. And also, you typically don't have a warning sign about that. It just kind of happens.
Yeah.
Any ideas?
I didn't know Dirk was sick. What's wrong with him? I mean, he looked fine to me.
I really don't know. Dirk, I remember, would go out hunting in the middle of winter, while everyone around him was dropping like flies with the flu and whatnot. This game has so much ellipses. I don't put this much in.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, everyone, cheer up. The worst of times when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles, right? Apollo, you don't have to put on a brave face for... No, I'm fine. Besides, Dirk will have his day in court. I won't let this get me down.
So you don't know Queen Amara at all, Apollo? I thought that since you used to live with Dirk, that maybe you'd met her.
Dirk escaped with Amara 23 or so years ago, so I was just an infant. Even if I'd met her, I wouldn't have remembered it.
I guess not. But that means you may have been cared for by a queen. And if you had been, then...
Then what?
It would have turned out, I don't know, better?
What's that supposed to mean?
Time to go to... Well, you can present if you want. But next up is the audience chamber.
Give me my mom back. Ooh, ooh.
No. Okay.
The rogue guard isn't around.
That is utter hooey. You cannot continue to deceive the people like that.
Rafa, justice is much more than simply speaking the truth.
It is also a name. There he is. Look how big his forehead is.
His horns.
Is that Princess Rafa and Queen Garant over there?
You deceived me too, Mother. How can I ever believe a word you say ever again? You nincompoop.
Your benevolence. I couldn't help it over here.
You impudent.
Ow. What'd she hit him with?
I don't remember.
Are you okay, Mr. I can't believe she actually punched you. She fucking, like, did a jump punch. She is not tall enough to hit Phoenix right in the face.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm used to it by now. Maya punches me all the time.
What's the matter with the princess?
Sounded like she was arguing with her mother. Because her mother sucks. Maybe it has something to do with this picture. Rafa said she had to ask her mother about something secret or another as soon as she saw it. So then, does that mean that Princess Rafa knows what really happened? That Amara wasn't assassinated and still very much alive? It would seem so. She doesn't seem to be taking Garant's lies very well. But that's no surprise considering how much Rafa reveres her mother.
That would definitely cause her a great deal of anguish and sadness. Eavesdropping, are we? How very rude. You there. Are you not Dirk's son?
You there. You're Athena, aren't you? What the fuck? Oh, nice to meet you, Your Eminence. We're actually here to speak with you if you could spare a moment. I swear to fucking God, if you present that stupid... What have we here? Who was Garan? Was it me?
It's internet blocked.
Oh.
What have we here?
It's the attorney's badge used by lawyers like me back home.
Well, in this country, lawyers are a loathsome breed. And we would advise you not to needlessly advertise your place among their ranks. For even now, the bad karma Dirk has engendered brings woe to your kind. I've never heard of that word before, even though I played this game before. It is a simple matter of cause and effect.
Yeah, it's just bringing something into something.
Yeah, well, I got from context.
It's generating it. Yeah, an effect you cause by enacting the Defense Culpability Act. Your Eminence, Dirk told me about Amara. About how she's still alive, that is.
We know not of what you speak.
After Dirk learned Amara was still alive, he rescued her and they ran off together. Ow. But she was captured and remains captive in a secret location to this day. As Renata is doing your bidding, it's only because Amara's life is in her hands.
Oh, what an active imagination you have.
Oh! 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 Ah! Ha! 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 Ah! Ha! 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 A lawyer and a comedian, how droll. Whoa, where'd they come from? Anyway, if she's gonna play dumb, I'll just have to jog her memory with some evidence.
My attorney's badge again!
Do you want us to take your kidney, too?
We won't. We'll only take hers. Why?
Your Eminence asks that you take a look at this photo.
Why, that's...
It's a photo of Amara. And here you can see the law book bearing the mark of the Defiant Dragons.
This is not evidence. It is AI generated.
I believe you know what that means. Also, this game came out in 2006. AI-generated photos were not a big thing back then.
2006?
16. I believe you know what that means.
Very well. Royal Guard, stand down.
Yes, Your Eminence. Your wishes are command.
Wow, they just faded into nothingness. It seems there is no need to perpetuate this charade any longer. We shall speak of all we know.
Amara's alive! So then you admit that Amara's still alive.
Yes, she is under our protection in a safe location.
I think you mean being held prisoner. Where's she being kept?
Oh, now why would we tell the son of a traitor that?
Guess she has a point there.
Now, heed our warning, horned devil. It would not be wise to inform the people that Amara yet lives. It would only serve to plunge public order into chaos.
I have no intention of doing that. Besides, there are real terrorists out there who might actually try to kill her.
Good. Now, there was something we have been meaning to ask you. Do you know what has become of the Founder's Orb? The Founder's Orb went missing after Dirk took it into the tomb. As his son, we thought you might know something of its current whereabouts.
I knew it. I suppose I should thank you for that free running tour of Kurain.
That was the Royal Guard's own doing.
Nice try, lady. But now you're definitely not getting the orb ever. Why do you want the orb so badly anyway?
Because it would be most dangerous in the wrong hands. It must be recovered.
Is the legend true? Can the orb really impart spiritual power? Are you worried that someone could overthrow you with it?
The Holy Mother's power is without equal. Should Her Holiness once again return to our world, she could conceivably bestow great power upon the one who unlocked the orb's secret.
I guess it makes sense, considering spirit channeling is a fact of life here.
So we ask you, Horned Devil, did you receive the Founder's Orb from Dirk?
Does it look like I did?
So you like to play games, do you? Royal Guard,
Yes, Your Eminence.
search this devil and his belongings.
Nani?
At once, Your Eminence. Don't move, you're only making this harder on yourself.
Yikes, hey, cut it out! What the... Apollo, they're doing it, finally! At this point, I'm just happy it's over with.
Wait, why are they only on you? Apollo, don't strip here.
Stop resisting! Just submit to our strip search already.
No, wait. Hey, cut it out.
It's not a tiny object.
Ah!
Rest in pieces, my poor, tattered dignity. There's no sign of the Founder's Orb, Your Evidence.
We did find a note about it that says it was handed off to Dats, though, so we just gotta find that guy.
Oh god, we found Dats like 8 times today.
So you have hidden it somewhere. No matter. We shall recover it one way or another once you are found guilty of abetting the accused.
Dirk was right. She really is bent on getting the orb.
Mother, why on earth did you strip him in the middle of the room? You're disgusting.
Looks like the princess is back.
I took a stroll to calm myself down, but I just wanted to come back and punch Phoenix right in the face. I still find this situation unacceptable. The people must be informed about Queen Amara.
What did you just say?
So she does know about that.
Rafa, you do not yet possess a clear grasp of how a government and its people interact. There will always be secrets that must be kept from the ignorant masses.
You have little faith in our people, Mother. But it is a royal priestess's duty to always speak the truth, and as such I cannot remain silent. I will not.
Ha! The truth, you say? Your mind has been poisoned by the barbed one.
It was an honor and a pleasure. What a cocky shit.
You've been speaking to Edgeworth again, haven't you? We must speak with our child.
We must speak with our child. It is a mother's duty to discipline her child, after all. Now, if you would excuse us.
Discipline. Coming from her, I don't like the sound of that at all.
That's it. No fortnight for 1 week.
What the fuck?
Well, Apollo, let's head back to the safe house for now. Good idea. We need to get over what we found and collected our thoughts. However, you know, this place probably doesn't have Fortnite, because not only was it 2016, it was also, like, behind, like, the times.
No more Overwatch.
No more Webkins. No!
Fine, I'll just use my Neopets.
Neopet's been banned from the kingdom.
What? When?
It was used by the insurrection.
Yeah, that's true. They fed the rebels by cutting off pieces of the giant omelet.
Ah, those bastards. They spun the mug wheel, or what the fuck it was called.
The dung wheel?
Yeah, the dung wheel. It took like 8, I swear, back then, because like our internet was so shit, it took like 30 minutes to spin the fucking thing.
Oh, I mean that's the joke of the dung wheels. It takes forever. It's not.
But it's like the only free wheel.
Something like that. Well, I think you got a lot of freebies, like your first spin or whatever, every day.
I don't remember. Ah, you're back.
Thank you for holding down the fort, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. Sorry it took so long. Hope you weren't too bored. I was playing logic chess.
I watched the Plume Punisher, Warrior of Neo Twilight Realm, while you were gone. And my verdict is, it's an outrage, especially its theme song. Even worse, the people here believe it's an original Koreanese show. Can you believe it? I've already spoken about it at length with Mr. Arbo here, and I'm not sure what he's babbling about, but at least it seems he wasn't bored. Phoenix, I don't like that face you're making. Ah, he's dumping again.
What? You like it when he shits, Mr. Wright?
Wrong dumping. Moving along to things that actually matter. We've gathered about all the information and evidence we can concerning this case. I think it's time we go over everything we've learned so far. The Orb trial, Maya's abduction, and the murder of the mastermind behind it all, Justice Minister Inga, it's a lot to consider. Think you have all the facts straight in your head? Yep, got it covered, Mr. Wright. It's the truth about what really went down that's going to be the problem.
Yeah, it's like the more we learn about this case, the less we understand.
I agree. There's a deep darkness enveloping this case. I'm almost afraid of what we will find out once we lift that black veil. Suffice to say, the real killer is certainly waiting underneath. The real killer, huh? Now that's the million-dollar question. Who killed Inga and why? Think, Apollo. Who would you say had a motive to commit this crime?
I, for one, am drawing a complete blank. Maybe Dirk actually did it?
I want to know how the killer slipped into the tomb, killed Inga, and slipped back out. Without ever being seen. That's a bona fide locked room mystery right there. Well, we've collected plenty of evidence and statements. I just hope the rest comes out in court. It'll be a thinner tightrope than usual, that's for sure. You know who probably did it? Amara. Oh no, the guards pile in. Hi, I'm just coming out. Yes, of course, Your Eminence. No one was in here. They don't have cameras, they just have the Royal Guard's word, so if it's just somebody who...
wait, do you mean Garan?
No, I mean Amara.
I feel like if Amara came out, the guards would be like, oh my god, she came back to life!
I think the guards know.
Okay.
If it was Garan, that wouldn't make sense, because she was literally with us the entire time. We were waiting on her. This case is one big fly in the ointment. In order to prove Dirk completely innocent, we'll also have to exonerate him of the crime committed 23 years ago. She was probably inside the tomb. Like, and then she crawled out, stabbed him. And that's why Dirk was like, what the fuck?
I mean, they did say that, Dirk said
off.
that the fucking sarcophagus was empty, right?
Yeah. It was empty, but she was inside it, stabbed him, and then, like, the guards just let her leave.
Yeah,
because,
that's pretty feasible.
Yeah. Amara's supposed assassination.
Right, we know Amara's still alive, but Dirk could still be charged with plotting to kill her.
He couldn't discover the truth, even after over 2 decades of investigating. So our biggest hurdle is going to be the complete lack of evidence. The fire made sure of that.
Mr. Wright, have you ever won a case without any evidence?
All of them.
Well, surely you don't mean all of them.
I mean, you looked so prepared when we fought in court.
I did.
Huh. Edgeworth is over there just like crying into his napkin. No, that's one thing I've never done before. A trial unprecedented. What the hell is he talking about? A trial unprecedented even in the decorated annals of the Wright anything.
Always had evidence.
We have evidence too. It's just like, discombobulated.
But you don't have evidence for the 23 years ago shit.
Oh, well, fair enough. Still, I can't help but wonder, was there really no evidence left behind? Oh, and we can't forget about the Defense Culpability Act. Those who would support criminals would be deemed just as guilty. In short, if Dirk's found guilty, it's sentenced to death. We'll likely join him in a very public execution. Oh, you'll join us too, Phoenix? No, God no. Have fun. Yeah.
Eat the charges or die. Well, I'm dying anyways. What kind of crazy upside-down legal system is this anyway?
It's probably not that much worse than our own legal system. Not the real-life one, I mean like the one in Japan, California. A real-life one has its own problems, but not this bad. Don't worry. Can't ask someone as young as you to risk your life, Athena. So tomorrow will just be me and Apollo on the courtroom floor. I'm too young for this too, right, Phoenix? No. But you can support us by watching from the gallery.
What? No, I gotta be running so they don't find me. If I kill me. I wanna help, I'm part of the agency too, after all.
Sorry, but this is a direct order from your boss. Plus, there's Prosecutor Blackquill to think of. Why? You said you'd use me for sword practice if I put you in harm's way. Okay.
Ugh, Simon. Well, at least promise me this, you two. Promise me you'll make it back alive.
Haha. Make it back alive, huh? So that face, Apollo. Never inspire confidence to your client like that. I'll play right into the prosecution's hands. Remember, the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You're right. Even when it seems hopeless or when there's not a shred of evidence to be found, we can never let it show on our faces, right? But will I actually be able to do that tomorrow? When push comes to shove, will I be able to force my biggest smile? To be cunt. We did it. The trial.
Alright, so we have done, so far this episode, we have done Investigation Day 1, Trial Day 1, Investigation Day 2 Part 1, Investigation Day 2 Part 2, and Investigation Day 2 Part 3. So now we just have Trial Day 2 Part 1, Trial Day 2 Part 2, and Trial Day 2 Part 3.
Until...
And that's the end.
That's the end of the thing?
Yeah.
Oh, so we're done investigating.
We're done investigating, baby!
Oh, wow. That's less than I thought. I thought there was a lot more than that. Okay. That's actually, like, comparable to what Game 3, Trial 5 had. Because the court one and that one is just insane. And also it's, like, comparable to Game 1, Trial 5. That case is fucking huge.
It's just the fact that they give you two whole separate cases to do.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, and also how long it takes to do all the Dirk stuff early on. Which, don't get me wrong, I like it. I could talk for a long time about how much I like Dirk's character, and him interacting with Apollo is fun.
Yeah,
but
it's important set dressing.
Fuck is that long?
But would it have killed them to say Episode 5 Part 1 and Episode 5 Part 2?
Or just Episode 6.
They could have done that. They've never gone to 6 before, have they?
No. I mean, if you don't count DLC.
Yeah. Although that kind of is in Episode 6. In many cases, that's like Episode 2, and it like shoves the other ones forward.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, though. Are we continuing?
Oh, we can get a start.
Okie dokie. Tell about the revolution. May 19th. Almost 9 in the morning. Headquarter Corinne. Let's know we're already starting off great. Good trial.
I love that shot of the cop getting elbowed in the face. I want that as like my wallpaper.
Police brutality. Police brutality.
As in brutality against the police base. It's complete chaos outside.
I'm glad they're not using their giant-ass rifles.
Yeah.
Let's just say the Defiant Dragon supporters demonstrating for Dirk's freedom have taken a very special interest in the outcome of today's trial. Look about ready to string us up if we lose. Trials here are pretty much like the ones back home, but with one major difference. They're fucked. The divination seance. The victim's final memories will become a matter of deliberation. I've heard about that. But they haven't stopped you from winning your cases here, even in Corinne. True, but it wasn't easy. Still, the memories of the dead are simply another piece of evidence. There's always a way to deal with them if your client's truly innocent. Well, I know Dirk's innocent, but...
I have one more big secret.
What if his big secret is like, when he wins, he's like, alright, here's the big secret, Apollo.
And he just hands him, like, a Happy Meal and is like, I got you a Happy Meal.
I got you a Happy. Look
It's
at
like,
it.
oh,
Look,
thanks,
Pokemon
Dirk.
toys
Wow,
inside.
this is awesome. Pokemon card, yo, that's awesome. And he like turns back, and Dirk is like frothing at the mouth and dead.
I can't believe you perfectly, like, you basically read the dialogue. Apollo, in court tomorrow, you may find yourself faced with a truth that is difficult to accept.
I got you apple slices instead of French fries.
But I know you, and I know you can handle the truth no matter what it turns out to be.
You're right, Dirk. I actually prefer the apple slices.
I know that because I believe in you. You're my son, after all.
Why'd you get me High C orange? I wanted High C grape.
You know what? Never mind.
Dirk, what's that sticker you're keeping?
Hey, AJ. They just let me walk here. Here we go, just like I promised.
It actually worked out surprisingly.
Somehow us being like, now listen. Just don't get caught for 12 hours, and then you're allowed to do whatever you want.
It's like, all right, I'll hold back for 12 hours.
He just empties his pockets of all the bullshit that's gonna get him caught. He was like out there sucker punching police officers. He was like asking for it. Thanks, Dats. Wait, were you arrested by the police yesterday?
Yep, I spent the night in the slammer. I had a fine meal, a shower, even a bed. What more could I ask for? Ha ha ha!
That actually sounds way better than what we were saying.
Never once threatened to take my kidneys. Just remember, AJ, if Dirk's found guilty today, well, I'll probably be found guilty under the Defense Culpability Act, too.
Yeah, I know you just said something to that effect.
That witch Garam wants to take advantage of today to crush our revolution once and for all. Fate of the revolution, every Kuranese person rests on this trial. We're counting on you, AJ. No pressure.
We'll be fine. I'm gonna win this one. You'll see. The trial will begin shortly, Apollo. Let's make our way into the courtroom.
Although,
Right.
all of your trials do begin shortly, don't they, Apollo?
Hey, wait a minute.
Yo, what's up?
Oh, that is the judge. From the distance, the judge looked like Garan. I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't fair.
Let the trial of Dirk Sabmati begin.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready, Your Majesty.
So it's really come down to this. Well, don't expect me to hold anything back, Nayuda.
This trial will examine both the murder of Justice Minister Inga Karkal Karain and the assassination of the former Queen Amara Sigatar Curry. First, I believe we should address the murder of Minister Inga. Would that be acceptable, Prosecutor Sabmati? Are you sleeping again? Prosecutor Sabmati?
Yes, of course. Please proceed.
What's with him?
Oh, very unlike you, Prosecutor. Is your mind elsewhere this day?
Not at all, Your Majesty.
Are you really going to be able to go through with this, Nayuda?
Well, Prosecutor Sabmati, I would be remiss if I failed to voice a concern of mine. I've heard mentioned that you are son to the accused Dirk Sabmati.
You have heard true. Does that fact pose some sort of a problem, Your Majesty?
Well, it's just that, in an actual courtroom, this would be highly unethical. I know we're basically playing court here. It's like 5th grader court, but, you know. Father being prosecuted by his own son? Could one possibly deliberate such a case without having personal feelings intervene?
Yes, without question.
Can you really handle this?
Even if it is Prosecutor Sabmati, I guess it's our father again.
Oh my god, there's a gnome in here. Everyone look. Look how small they are.
You'll never catch me.
If you catch them, I think you get a wish.
Goodbye.
Dirk?
Fellow citizens, you would do well not to underestimate my son. He's not one to allow personal feelings to interfere with the execution of his duty, and the execution of his father. Isn't that right, Naida?
He executes his duty all the time. Watch, he's gonna execute it right now.
I will not stop until my work here is done. No, I forgot to eat this morning.
See? All of you doubters should sit back down before you trip over your
All
own...
you doubters should
That's
sit
not
back
me.
down before you trip over your own stupidity. Ha 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 ha.
The accused will not take the stand without first being summoned. In any case, the prosecutor Samadi has any issue with this arrangement. And let us commence the deliberations.
Oh, hi, Garan.
One moment, if you would.
Your Eminence.
Your Eminence, what brings you here?
Oh my god, the prosecution has help for once.
Your Majesty,
This isn't biased.
it would appear that Prosecutor Sadmati does indeed have some reservations. No, that's not true. Did you truly believe you could deceive me, Nahida Sadmati? One should hold no reservations if one is to stand on these hallowed funerary grounds. I have none, Your Eminence. No, it is clear we cannot leave this matter to you. We shall handle the prosecution of enemy of the crown Dirk Sadmati personally.
This will not be biased at all.
But remain by our side and bear witness to how a true prosecutor enforces the law.
Excuse me? But is the Queen gonna prosecute the case? Is that, kosher?
There is no need for concern.
She, like, skewers some bacon and eats it.
Before we were crowned queen, we served as a prosecutor.
Why do you keep saying we?
It's like the royal we.
I guess. Really?
As a foreigner, your ignorance can be excused, but know this. The prosecutor in charge of Queen Amar's assassination case 23 years ago was none other than Her Eminence Queen Garan Sigatar Kurain.
Did you care about the family implications back then?
What? No, what? No.
First your Majesty and now this. Why doesn't anyone ever tell me these things? Why is everyone prosecuting their own family? I've heard she served as the Minister of Justice. Was she also a prosecutor? I'm guessing she probably moved up the ladder from prosecutor to justice minister.
We prosecuted that case 23 years ago, but no verdict was ever rendered. We had won guilty verdicts in every case until then, for no lawyer could stand up to us. And also we are a Phoenix Wright game prosecutor, which means that must be the case.
Ah. I'm at a loss for words. I think I would once more bear witness to Her Eminence's work in the Hall of Justice. Before you do, though, can you take off that stupid hat?
I will never do that. Our first trial in 23 years. No quarter shall be given to criminals. We shall prosecute them with all our might.
Do you think she'll throw beads at us?
Perhaps.
I'm sorry. Oh, hi, Nascour. Nice to see you. I love your battle theme from Pokemon Coliseum.
I've been waiting so long for this, man.
What the fuck? That's Queen Garan? Talk about an extreme makeover. You want to tell me that she's not evil when she looks like a fucking Pokemon villain? Oh, hello, ma'am.
It's all coming back now. The feel of my blood pumping through my veins.
Probably through your boobs, because they're fucking huge. Also, she has 5 Magatamas. We're fucked.
Woe to you, O enemies of Kurain, for I shall personally slice, dice, and grind you up into hog feed.
I like her nails.
I do too.
I like a lot about her, but also she's just female Nascour. You cannot convince me otherwise. I don't suppose I can ask her to roll back into her polite pre-makeover personality.
Know this, lawyer.
All I asked was to take off the stupid hat. You didn't have to go this far.
Now that I stand as prosecutor, consider your defense's bench a headsman's scaffold. If you wish to leave any last words, I advise you to start thinking of them now.
Mommy?
Yes, that will suffice.
Can you tell... Can
Oh, wait, get her reaction.
Can you go see Allie? Be like, look at this character.
Yeah, sure. 1 second. She's talking to Zuper. Can I get a reaction on this character?
Emily needs me to give her a reaction on a character. Hot mommy spank my ass with
Thanks.
Happy with that?
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
Sorry, Zuper.
I missed the last part of that. I heard the hot mommy spank my ass.
She said like with whatever that is.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. I don't know what the fuck it is, but that was my first thought as well. Meep. She's dead serious.
Now it is time for the divination seance. Rafa, come forth.
Do you think Amara ever looked like that?
I hope so.
Your benevolence, thank you for gracing us with your presence.
I don't like looking at my mother.
Your benevolence, I understand it may be difficult for you, but may we proceed with the divination seance?
Yes, let us proceed.
Forgive me for asking, but are you feeling physically unwell? It's not like your father died or any— Oh. If so, I'd advise you to avoid any undue exertion.
Uh-huh.
Your benevolence.
His eyes look so different when it's like high res. They're like really bug-eyed. What's wrong? It's like her mind's anywhere but here. I mean, it's not like her father died or anything. Oh. Lots happened since yesterday. On top of the murder of her beloved father, she found out that he'd been planning a coup. And today she'll have to experience his death through his eyes. And also her mom's hot. Yeah, that would be enough to shake anyone up. Still, it seems like she's worse off today than she was yesterday. Yeah, I don't remember her being this depressed.
We must speak with our child. It is a mother's duty to discipline her child, after all. Now, if you would excuse us.
Discipline? Coming from her, I don't like the sound of that at all.
By the way, I jumped on her voice because I knew about what was the transformation.
Was I voicing her before?
No, I
Okay.
immediately was like, I'll voice Garan.
Okay, fair enough. Wait. Garan didn't do something to her, did she?
Your Eminence, about today's divination seance. As I understand it, the prosecution has yet to review its content. Is this divination from protocol a part of your plan?
Prosecutor Sadmadi, would you care to explain your actions?
But you told him to leave.
Your Eminence, the accused was caught at the scene of the crime. Therefore, I deemed no seance would be necessary for such a clear-cut case.
Yes, please keep doing that.
You and your bleeding heart. You seek to spare Rafa the trauma of witnessing her father's death.
I don't like how well that's animated. It's like, I was all for it for like a second, but then I looked at it more.
Animated. No,
And I'm like, it just reminds me of that fucking scene from Konosuba. Where he's just rolling his fingers along the one girl's face.
Right, fair.
Or actually, it's her hand, not her face.
Is that why you have done this? Not at all.
You were concerned for me, Prosecutor Sadmadi? That's oddly compassionate of him, all things considered.
Your Eminence, your Majesty, regardless of what is best for her benevolence. This case is blessed with the bounty of incontrovertible evidence, so I believed we can reach a swift verdict without devoting precious time to a seance.
You have a point. Personally, I would like to spare her benevolence any undue misery. Experiencing the murder of a loved one is a burden no one should have to bear.
Prosecutor Sadmadi, your Majesty, can this trial truly proceed without a divination seance? Can't blame her for not wanting to experience her father's murder firsthand.
Your Eminence, what are your feelings on the matter? Shall we have her benevolence return home for some much-needed rest?
We shall not.
I want her to suffer.
Suffer!
You fools spoil her with your feckless words of compassion. Listen well, Rafa. You've spoken time and time again about how grown-up you are now.
Yeah, but...
So, let us see if the royal priestess has truly come into her own. Are you prepared to fulfill your duty and perform the divination seance as you should?
Yeah.
That's better. See? Problem solved.
I like how her muscles bulge.
Yes. Yes.
Poor Rafa. Is this really a good idea? I guess we'll see. She's also fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Let us begin the divination seance. Everyone, could you stop, like, getting horny over my mom? It's really weird. Nana, my robe.
Never! Athena shouts from
Oh,
the
right. Oh. Looks like Nana's still missing. I was also saying that Nana could have done it. It's been a whole day already. Wait, what if Nana is Amara? That would be so cute. Now I want that to be the truth. Barbed head? Yeah. You've removed my robe. What? Why me?
Don't keep her benevolence waiting now, Mr. Wright. Can't you see she's ready to begin?
Yeah, but she punched me yesterday. Great, I've been reduced to royal robe remover. It's like she's grooming Mr. Wright to be Nana's replacement.
Very well, your benevolence. Please start whenever you're ready.
Come, Rafa. You know what must be done.
She's like a Power Ranger villain.
There is no turning back now.
I know. The final memories of the deceased. This should be interesting.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
My favorite area from Dark Souls 2.
I'm impressed her loopy thing doesn't, like, get stuck around her. You know, this kind of reminds me of that dance that Aang and Zuko have to do in that one episode.
Yeah. This is definitely based on traditional dancing.
Yeah.
The ribbon. This is like the thing that Ninian does in Fire Emblem 7.
And it's like this, partially because of the circle she has to go in.
Yeah.
Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles. My bubbles.
This will be very helpful.
Your benevolence? What's wrong?
This is unacceptable.
Bailiff! Take our benevolence to the first aid station at once.
This is not good. No divination for us.
Your Eminence, do you have any idea what her benevolence collapsed so suddenly?
It seems she was not ready for what the deceased was to reveal. It overwhelmed her. Her inexperience and immaturity left her ill-prepared to face her father's death. And she said she could go through with it. How very disappointing.
Well, you're awful.
I know someone who's not winning Mother of the Year. Ever. I mean, of course Rafa's going to be overwhelmed. She's still just a child.
It seems we have no choice but to move on to witness testimony. Your Majesty.
Oh, yeah, let's proceed. That's what I was saying earlier, but I guess you stalled us. Bailiff, summon the first witness if you
I
would.
guess you stole those so you could abuse your child some more.
Is it gonna be Emma again? No, it's not Emma. Oh, right.
Hi, Apollo. I'm gonna
I love
die.
his dopey face.
Is this not the accused?
It is indeed. I thought I would give him the opportunity to plead his case. For true justice is more than a unilateral presentation of the facts by the prosecution.
Well, I'm really glad that Amara died so I didn't have to go to any of your parties that involved you. That seems uncharacteristically fair of her.
However, should the accused fail to produce convincing testimony, he, along with his cabal of traitorous lawyers, shall immediately be found guilty. And their heads will roll from their shoulders.
What? I should have known there was a catch.
Your court, your rules, same as it always was, I see, Garan.
Now then, Mr. Darksogmati, you gonna enlighten us as to what happened?
Well, I would, if I could. I think this would be a good place to leave off for the night, and then we start next time, like right
Yeah.
at the testimony.
Dirk explains himself.
Okay, so I know it's gonna sound crazy, but it started like this, right?
He does like that for like 20 minutes, where he just keeps pretending he's going to start.
Yeah.
Yeah. That said, very successful session. Progress was
Yeah.
made.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially if you compare it to the last month where none was. But with Dion Rappa done, we'll have more.
Yeah,
time
now we just have to
stuff.
figure out what we're doing after the game, because apparently it's going to be ending sooner than I thought.
It's still definitely a long trial, but yeah.
Yeah, and we'll probably have like a couple more weeks worth of sessions, but not like too many. Either way, though, that will be it for the session.